the -7 flat 5 arpeggio. This arpeggio is going to satisfy chords that sound like this. What I'm playing here specifically is C -7 flat 5, and if I needed a D -7 flat 5, I would simply slide the chord 2 frets up. So we need to know the names of the notes on the A string and as well as the E string for starters. Eventually we'll get to the D string and expand, but for now, the A string and the E string. Now the arpeggio shape that we want to learn to complement the chord is going to sound like this. Quite a unique special sound to it. And we're going to give each of those notes a position with respect to the major scale. So even though this is C major, we're going to be comparing the -7 flat 5 to that scale. And the note positions are going to be 1, flat 3, flat 5, flat 7, octave. So there's a whole lot of flats inside this one over here. Now let's see how it gets those notes. We're going to change the major scale to be played slightly differently for easier comparison. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's look at the arpeggio again. And let's look at the notes. 1, 3 should be there. It's flattened, so we got a flat 3. Original third note, flattened third note, which we also call the minor third. Then we look at the fifth note. It's a flattened fifth because the fifth would normally be over here. We've flattened it, and what's pretty cool about this is that the name of the chord actually tells us what's happening. So we got 1, flat 3, flat 5, which actually leans towards a diminished chord, but that's a study in another video. And then the 7th note should be here. We flatten that as well, which gives us a -7, flatten 7. Okay, so one more time. Here's the arpeggio. You can see it nice and clearly. And it lends itself quite nicely for hammer-ons and pull-offs as well. If you need to play a D -7 flat 5, you simply move the scale up 2 frets. Now we mentioned knowing the E string as well. There's C, C, you can hear it's the same. And here's my C -7 flat 5 played from here. Sounds the same, eh? So what we're learning from this D -7 flat 5 is that this sequence of finger combination is the -7 flat 5 sequence. And from whatever note we play, it becomes the root note. So if I needed an F -7 flat 5, I could play F from there, and I take the -7 flat 5 arpeggio shape. And there's my arpeggio. Now, if the B string becomes involved, my shape changes due to the tuning of the 2B string. My shape now is going to go like this. And it's only because of the tuning on that string. One more time just to show you the shape nice and slowly. Okay, let's rewind the whole trip. We've learned that this is the -7 flat 5 shape. We can play it from the 6th string or the 5th string, depending what chord you want to play. And when you put in the 2nd string, your shape changes. And then we must also know the names of the notes on the string. And I would like us to play, or first of all, to begin knowing the 5th and 6th strings, your E and A strings, and then later expand to the D. And eventually you'll get to know everything with nice little octave tricks, etc., etc. But for now, that's your -7 flat 5. And sometimes it's also referred to as the half diminished. So if you see or hear of half diminished, kick into -7 flat 5. It's not often called that, but it's also quite correct. Have an awesome day.